Hello and welcome to Ms. Shaw's Comprehension Learning video for Monday. Today we're going to be working with the genre of realistic fiction. Last week we also worked with realistic fiction, so we're going to continue on with this genre for the entire week. Objective: what will I do today? So we are reading realistic fiction. Your job is, today I will describe the elements of plot development by describing the problem and solution from the anchor charts on pages 66 and 67. This is the TEKS K.7.C. For activity 1, you're going to watch this Brain Pop Jr. video about plot. You should be able to get directly to the video by clicking on the link. After you watch the video, open up your student journal to page 66. This says, my learning goal: I can read realistic fiction. And remember, last week we learned that realistic fiction means something that's make-believe but could happen in real life. That's why it's called realistic. Sorry, Miss Shaw flubs up sometimes. It's called realistic fiction. So last week we worked with characters in realistic fiction. Characters are the people or the animals that the story is about. This week, we're going to be concentrating on the plot. The plot is what happens in a story. Pretend that you just saw a movie and you had to tell your friend exactly what happened in the movie. If you retell the movie to them, you're telling them the plot of the movie. So after you watch the Brain Pop Jr. video, you're going to look at page 66. Look at these two pictures. Sometimes in a plot, you have a problem. A problem is something that is troubling, something you need to solve, or something you need to fix. The resolution is how you decide to solve that problem or fix the problem. Problem, resolution. A resolution is what happens as a result to your problem, how you decided to fix the problem. So looking at these two pictures, your job for today is to tell someone about the problem that the girl is having in the picture and what she did to fix the problem or have a resolution. Remember, the problem is something that you need to fix, and the resolution is what happens or the solution to that problem. So I see here the girl in the picture has a problem. She has an empty box and she has a lot of toys outside the box. What do you think her problem could be? That's right. The problem is she's not sure how she's going to clean up her toys. She's made a big mess and she needs to put them away. Now look at the resolution. Look at what the girl decided to do to fix her problem. Think about what she did. What was her resolution to fix her problem? That's right, she decided to clean up the toys by putting them in the empty box. She knew that she had to clean up her toys. She saw that she had an empty box, and she thought to herself, the best way to solve this problem is to put my toys into the empty box. So her problem was how she was going to clean up the toys, and her resolution, or how she fixed the problem, was to put the toys in the empty box. On the next page, 67, it's showing you an anchor chart about realistic fiction. So look at your anchor chart on page 67. You can sometimes think of the plot as going up and over a hill. So when you read a story, you're going to start at the bottom of the hill. It says the pictures and words in a story tell what happens. So at the bottom of the hill would be the start of your problem, if your story contains a problem. I can see, looking at this anchor chart, that the problem is, what do you think? That's right. The little girl sees a cat. Her cat stuck in a tree. So that is her problem. She needs to decide what she can do to fix the problem, to get to her resolution. So here's where we start at the beginning of the story. We find out what the problem is toward the beginning of the story. In the middle of the story, at the top of the hill, is usually where the idea comes when you find the problem and you start to think about what you can do to solve it. So the problem is usually toward the beginning or at the beginning. And as you read the story, you go up the hill, just like this girl is climbing the hill. Once you get to here, you start to think about, what I could do to solve this problem. What could my resolution be? As you read the story, you see what happens to the story. As you go down the hill, you start to see the resolution. Toward the end of the story, just like this little girl is going to reach the end of her slide, is where you're going to usually find your resolution or the way you fix the problem. So in this anchor chart, her problem was her cat was stuck in a tree. She decided the resolution would be to build a little bridge to this slide and slide down with the cat. So we had our problem and we had our resolution. At the end is where the resolution comes.